with y'all heads wide open. Whether I offend you, whether you want to hear it or not, it got to be said, because I do this more for the youth, more than I do it for the adults, because the adults are already stuck in their ways. So if you feel offended, sorry. I'm not trying to offend nobody. You know, personally, I love hip hop. Always will love hip hop. Rap music, always love it, right? So I'm not here to condemn it, you know, but I'm here to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. A lot of people say that, well, it doesn't matter if you listen to somebody say get a gun and shoot somebody, or wind up if you buck, or all this shit. That don't matter, Swan, because, you know, look at the Western movies and all them other movies, they glorify killing. You know, the Jason movies, they glorify killing. You know, people was killing way before rap music, Swan. So how can you say that that's what it is? And pouring my honey in. Man, gotta love life, man. Gotta love life. One way or another, gotta love life. How can you say that, man? They've been killing before, this and that. You know, it's funny how people, this is the biggest funny thing to me. Whether you believe in the Bible or not, that's your on you, right? But it's funny how people say the Bible influenced people, the so-called, I'm gonna be with black people a lot on this, but I'm really talking to all people, you know, because all people are influenced by hip-hop, of course. But funny how people say the rap music or the Bible made us slaves and they used it against us and blah blah blah. But be in denial that they use hip-hop against you, blah, blah, blah. You gotta be a fool to think that they didn't use hip-hop against you, dog. I think I'm about to get energized and go in on this one. I'll try to be calm, I'm gonna try to be calm, but man, if I get in my zone, I'm going off. Because it's bullshit, right? That's the first thing the motherfucker will say. Man, they use the Bible to enslave us and this and that, but act like hip hop ain't enslaving you. It is. It's making you think a certain way, unless you are strong enough to not engage in it and only use it for entertaining purposes only. Like I said, I love hip hop. I love rap. I'm gonna listen to it probably every day if I feel like it. Damn near every day. But guess what? I'm a grown-ass man now. I know the difference between what's right, what's wrong. I know how to think for myself. Right? But on the other hand, this is why I don't condemn hip-hop. Hip-hop can save people's lives. You can be a dude on the street, and you can rap, and make legal money out of it, and get up out the street. So I understand that. But the question that I have for everybody is, you're saying it doesn't have an influence on the community. That's bullshit. Am I saying that it made a person go literally kill somebody? No. But does it have an influence? Absolutely. If you don't believe me, look how the women act. And you go look at some of the women, how they act. Get a nigga for his bag, bitch, I'm a bad bitch. And listen to the music they listen to. 9 times out of 10, it's some female rap music, and she mimics who she sees. Who does the female audience that want to be bad bitches mimic the most? Do they mimic some person on some scary movie or some shit? Or do they mimic hip hop? Just wondering. Because the last time that I checked, they mimic hip hop. I can look at a so-called bad bitch, no matter if she's purple, no matter what color she is, and I can look at listen to Nicki Minaj, and I see the same shit, the same energy, the same behavior. Same thing with the men. I can go listen to Little Baby or whatever the fuck y'all got going on now, and I can go look you know, Pop Lean and Pop Molly and all that. And I can go look at the people. And 9 times out of 10, they're mimicking that hip hop. They took our hip hop away and made it an evil. It was a good thing. It was, and it still can be a good thing if you use it right. But they took it away and made it an evil thing. They used to try to fill the prison houses with the hip hop. And now somebody like Willie Flight or somebody want me to believe that it has no influence on the community. I can't let him ride with that. And the reason why I can't let him ride with that is because there's little kids that here that watch what he just said and said it has no influence on the community. Yes, it does. You are in denial like a female. If like females deny the bullshit that's going on in their lives, you're in denial if you do that because you're saying that it doesn't have an influence on the black community. That's so far of a lie, I don't even know where to start with it. It does have an influence. Am I condemning it? No. Do I dislike it? No. I listen to it. You know, I'm always going to be a hip-hop fan. Hip-hop's part of who I am. It's part of, you know, my mind, body, and soul. But I use it in a smart way. You know, I don't use it in an instrumental way. But that don't mean every man that's listening to hip-hop is going to do that. Some people here widen up your buck and go shoot up a whole fucking courthouse or something. You know what I mean? Go rob a bank or something. So the cherry on top is this. Or the biggest moral of the story, or the point of the point is this. Does it have an influence on what people are doing out here? Yes. If you say no, you're lost. You're lying to yourself. Because if you look at hip-hop and you go look at the people, you're seeing the same thing. If you say that's not true, you're in denial. You're not keeping it real with yourself, man. I understand that a lot of people want to be rappers, man. I get it. And that's why you're going to attack that. That's why you're going to disagree with this video. And that's fine. That's fine. We're allowed to disagree. I disagree with you saying that it's not a part of the problem in the community. I disagree with that. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. People want to make music because they want to eat. They want to, you know, try to get legal money. You know what I mean? I get all that. But to deny that it's a poison to the youth, I can't let that ride because it is a poison to the youth. It's not only a poison to the youth, it's a poison to the adults too. The adults who don't know no better. Because I can listen to the rap music and it doesn't influence how I think or how I move. You see? I use it for entertainment purposes. Other people let that shit sink in their soul and they become the people that they hear. They try to mimic the people that they hear because they don't know no better. But again, the question is, does it have an influence on the community? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the only reason why a lot of times we deny this shit is because it's us doing it. If hip-hop was full of white men, right? Yeah, let's jump on that for a second. If it was full of white men, y'all would be in denial. Oh shit, they're using this against us like they did the Bible. You know, where in the Bible does it say kill? It says the Most High, but it doesn't say you. You know what I'm saying? Whether you believe in the Bible or not, where in the Bible does the Bible say do bad things? It doesn't. It does, however, say that the so-called Israelites will be put in slavery because you disobeyed the Most High. But that's the Most High doing that. That ain't some people doing it. It don't tell people to do it. In fact, the other nations are going to have to be put in slavery and serve the Israelites because they went above and beyond when it came to the so-called being servants. The Most High used the other nations as servants to Israel, the so-called. We're not even going to say who they are because I don't want to hurt no feelings. We know who the hell they are. I know who they are. I know who the real Israelites in the Bible are. Anyways, the other nations was used as a tool to punish them. That's it. You were supposed to punish them, but you went way beyond. The other nations were way beyond, feeding babies to alligators, all that. Now the other nations, in the end, have to serve the Israelites. You don't hear that in church, though, do you? Because they don't want to tell you that, because then you're not going to come to church and give them money. But yeah, the other nations will have to serve the Israelites in the end. It's written. I didn't say it's written. Because the Israelites have served all the other nations and still serving all the other nations right now, as we speak. So it's going to fit. But anyways, man, Why you think they use hip hop as a tool to control the black people and keep them down and keep them in a certain mindset? If it didn't have an influence on the fucking community, why the hell the higher ups, the so-called Illuminati, use it? Why they only let certain people in? Like they don't even want knowledgeable rappers in anymore. You gotta talk about popping lean and doing dumb shit to get in the gate. Why is that? If it has no influence, I'm asking Willie Flight and any other man out this motherfucker, and any woman too, because I know y'all are the same bullshit too. If it doesn't have an influence, why does the so-called Illuminati only let certain people in the gate? Why do they only broadcast and make certain people big? The ones that are talking about bullshit to your kids. Why is that? If it has no influence at all. Stop it. It does, man. That's just the truth. Am I saying you're wrong for rapping? I don't care about all that. That's not on me. That's on you if you want to rap. That's on you if you want to listen to rap. Blah, blah, blah. But I am going to say this. It does have an influence on the community. For me to act like it doesn't or say it doesn't, I'm in denial. I'm not keeping it real simply because it's black people doing it. That can't be. Especially when it's really hurting other black people. Why would I not say something about it? It's not the rapper's fault. All the rapper doing is trying to get legal money, right? But the influence it can have on people who don't know no better is the problem. And to act like that it doesn't have an influence on the people is a bigger problem. Is that the only thing that has an influence on people in the community? Nah, there's a lot of shit. There's drugs, there's weed, drinking, smoking, all that. It ain't just rap music alone, I get it. I'm not here to say that. I'm not here to say that rap music is the main cause, no, but it has an influence. And anybody who denies that is not, you don't, I love being black. Well, you must not then, because you're not keeping it real, man. Let's be real about this shit. Let's be real about it. That's all I'm asking. Be real about it. It does have an influence. But I don't know, man. But I understand that you can. I understand this. You could be a rapper, make it, get a lot of legal money, and then have an influence on the youth in a positive way. I get that. You could come from the slums and clean up. I get it. But to say that it doesn't have an influence, that's some bullshit. The Illuminati don't think that, because they use that as the main tool. Y'all want to talk about the Bible? The Bible's the one that made you the slave? Nah, it's hip-hop. If anything, because it influences people the most. What influences the community the most? Out of everything you can think of, besides drinking and smoking, it's the hip-hop. There's no way around it. Nothing else it even influences other communities. Nothing else influences people more. If you don't believe me and you say I'm capping, then you got to explain to me how do most of the people mimic hip-hop? That's woman or man. A lot of these women out of line right now because when I grew up, these women didn't listen to that. They had Little Kim maybe. That was about it. Now they got all these women rapping, telling them to rob you and blow your fucking head off in a hotel, and you trying to say hip hop don't have no influence? You better wake the fuck up. Because a lot of these women, man, the way they moving right now is because of what they listen to. You think Nicki Minaj and them don't got no influence on them? You're a fool, man. Man, honestly, I get turned off if I hear a woman listening to that shit. I'm like, damn, I don't know if I can fuck with this shit. Because I already know what time it is. Her mindset is already in the vibration of get a bag from a nigga, I'm the bad bitch, whap, all this bullshit, man. Then you got women who can listen to hip hop and love it, but don't be influenced by it. Like they still who they are. They don't try to live this fantasy of being a celebrity and letting music control who they are as a person. Everybody can't do that though. Everybody don't do. They can, but everybody don't do that. You have a lot of people right now in jail because they listened to some bullshit, or they started moving a certain way because they was listening to rapping. They thought it was cool. It's not the rap itself that made the person go to jail, but it had an influence. And 9 times out of 10, the people they was hanging around had an influence in them who was influenced by rap and shit like that. All I'm saying is be smarter about it. Motherfucker getting shot at a dice game. 9 times out of 10, I done heard that shit in a rap song a billion times. Billion times. Niggas thought they Deuce was live till I hit them with trips. Then I reached down for my money. Y'all forget about this. This time around it's platinum, like the shit on my wrist, and it's Glock on my waist. You can't do shit about this. He just told you in the rap. It just told you. Jay-Z just told you in the fucking the bars that he was in the rap shooting dice. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker reach down for the money. Forget about it. And you can't do shit about it because it's Glock on my waist. Motherfuckers get off listening to shit like that. Oh, she, yeah, nigga, I'm trying to tell you, man. If you want your kids to get back out of being slaves to the so-called Illuminati, man, it starts with the mind, bro. There's no other way around it, and we gotta kick that poison, man. If anything, make hip-hop better. Make hip-hop better, man. It went from talking about what you see in the streets, you know what I'm saying, to just taking drugs and mumbling. And y'all okay with that, man? It's garbage, man. A bunch of mumbling, motherfuckers nodding off, drinking lean, talking about nothing. Nothing. And these are the ones, they don't want the real ones in there. There's some real young rappers that's talking about some shit, but they're not gonna let them in, man. Because that's not what they want. They want influence over a certain group of people. But y'all claim that hip hop has no influence over these people. It's far from the truth. It's their biggest tool against us. Take that tool away, I'm telling you, you'll see a big change and a big shift in a certain group of people. Because their whole mindset and their whole energy will change. Their whole thought process will change. The problem is, certain people want to be rappers, so when you say hip-hop ain't got shit to do with, or hip-hop has an influence on the community, they get in their feelings. Because they want to be a rapper. That's all it is. Instead of them keeping it real, like, you know what? You're right, man, it does have a bad influence on people if they let it. But I'm trying to get this legal money, man. I'm trying to make a career, get this legal money, rapping. But nah, the motherfuckers don't even want to admit that. They don't even want to admit that. And that's the problem. That's why it's never going to stop, because of money. People are selling out for the money. I'll tell your kids to pop lean and Molly or all my friends are dead, all my friends are dead. I'll tell your kids that as long as I'm getting that money, huh? They selling their soul, and they selling your kids. They selling their soul because they leading your kids to slaughter. It's not like a guy with pitchfork came up to him and said, hey, do this and I own your soul. No, you're selling your soul because you're leading other souls to slaughter. In the early 90s, they knew that rap music was sending a lot of motherfuckers to jail. You think they ain't know that, man? They even got a movie or video on this shit. How they made a perfect project of making it rapping about gangster shit so we can send and fill these prison houses up with the so-called minorities and basically create a whole new, another slavery, modern slavery, working for 2 cents and a penitentiary. For all the people who say that hip-hop ain't got no influence, that's woman or man music. Don't get mad when your kid is hard-headed, don't want to listen to you. Don't get mad when they keep going to jail over and over again. I guarantee you they listen to rap music. I can put my bottom dollar on that shit. Do other races have they shit? Yeah, they do. Because, you know, some people will say, well, it ain't just us. it's them too. Yeah, they got influence too. In fact, we influence them a lot too. That's not the point though. It don't matter who's doing it. It don't matter if Eminem's doing it or fucking shit Lil Wayne. It don't matter what color the artist is. The impact is what matters. And unfortunately, see, you as an adult, you might know better. All right, I'm not gonna rob a bank because such and such said it in rap music. But a kid don't know that better. That's the problem. And y'all ignoring that. Y'all think a kid's on your mind level. They not. To them, that's cool. Oh, hell yeah, why Nucky if you fuck? Nucky, we gotta go kill these niggas. They don't know no better. They think this is right. They think that's cool, man. But y'all don't look at it that way. Y'all only look at it from your perspective of how it makes, how it influences you. Hip hop don't influence me in a bad way. It makes me want to hustle. It gives me ambition. It gives me a warrior mentality. It makes me think. But everybody, it don't do that for everybody, especially younger people. You think the younger generation listening to Little Baby and whatnot? Let me go think and go past the college and jail. You think that's what they really doing? Or listening to Future? Or these females? Why you think they so different now, man? The elite know exactly what they doing when they put a Nicki Minaj out or a Cardi B out. All these women try to gimmick and mimic them, dog. So don't get mad when the woman only wants your bag. Because remember, hip-hop didn't have no influence on it. I'm just a crazy guy in the truck, remember? Don't get mad when they flake on you or got 10 or 20 guys on deck. Remember, I'm just a guy in the truck who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I got 20 niggas on deck. Fuck you, nigga. I run shit. I run this house. I got them on deck. Bow down to me, nigga. I'm the best ever. Whap, whap, whap. All that shit, man. All that shit, man. Show me a good woman. I promise you, more than likely, she doesn't even like that type of music from those women. 9 times out of 10, I guarantee it. Then show me a woman who like the bad bitch shit and like to move with the bad bitch energy. I bet she listens to that shit. She probably listens to rap more than you. It's a serious, serious problem. The elite know it. The problem is we don't know it, or we don't want to admit it because we feel like it's the best thing that we ever had or some shit. Which it could have been, but they flipped it. It could have been the best thing we ever had because it could have paid us. It could have it gave us a voice to reach out to the younger youth and get paid at the same time. But what they did was they flipped it because they want to be the voice that reaches out to the youth, but they do it through you. They do it through the rappers. They can't literally come on and say it. The elite Illuminati cannot just come on and start rapping about, yeah, go kill somebody. They can't do that. So they have to have somebody that looks like you, that you will respect and listen to and agree with and have the same type of beliefs and views, right? That's all they do. All they do is use somebody to look like you to influence what they want you to do. And nobody sees it. But it's been coming back on them too. Because their own children are starting to like this shit. That's not the point though. The point is, understand, I'm going to leave it with this. Understand that they are using people who look like us, right? To get us to be programmed to do what they want us to do. That's all it is in a nutshell when it comes to hip hop. You know, that's why they're paying money. to the certain ones. If you come out kicking some real shit, you're gonna get blackballed. They ain't trying to hear that because it has no influence on the youth. It's not a part of their agenda. That's why Nipsey, you want to talk about bringing people together and bringing back to the hood, and you want to eat off my plate and not give me none because you was an independent artist, basically eating off my plate and not paying me. Well, you gotta go. You gotta go. You can't be here. Time to take him out. Same thing with Young Dolph. You're an independent artist. You eating off of my table and not paying me a fee. You gotta go. Oh, Tupac, you want to bring the Mexicans and the whites and the blacks and everybody together and have a meeting at the White House? Oh, and you're powerful, Tupac. Every race loves you. You gotta go. But all the other so-called good little slaves keep rapping about the lean and all that shit. You can stay. Matter of fact, we're gonna make you a star. But don't you ever cross that line, Kanye. Cross that line to the elite, watch what happens. You're still a slave. Ain't nobody free in this motherfucker. For real, for real. Just being honest. But that's how they see it. You're still a slave, Kanye. How dare you say something? How dare you tell those people they the real Jews? Can't kill you because then they'll know who's really been doing this or that. Then they'll catch on and say, those are the people that are mysteriously killing people who have heart attacks and stuff like that. So since we can't kill him, we'll just try to get him in other ways. Or maybe go after somebody he care about or something. Shit crazy, dog. But salute to everybody. If your dreams to be a rapper, I'm not stopping you from that, man. But just try to do it in a more influential way that'll help people, man. Because if not, you're following their program. You're basically a slave to selling your soul. You know what I mean? If you're going to do it the right way. You know what I mean? Make sure you're talking about, now you can talk about the streets and shit, but do it in a way of knowledgeable knowledge about the street, not glorifying it. That's the problem. It's not about you talking about what's going on. The problem is when you glorify it. Like, I'll shoot all your homeboys, blah, 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 all that dumbass shit, man. Versus somebody step on my turf, everybody gotta go. That's different than just saying, I popped all your homeboys because of this after I popped the Molly, you know what I mean? Young Black John Gotti, all that dumbass shit. That shit ain't doing nothing for the people, man. I'm just keeping it real with y'all, man. And I ain't got no problem with nobody. You know what I mean? You do what you do. But I'm going to say the truth, dog. I'm going to say the truth regardless. Just like I don't feel like men shouldn't sleep around. That don't mean I don't like the men who do. That don't mean I'm like, I don't like you, dog, because you sleep around with women. Nah. You do you, but I got to, in my opinion, I don't think you should do it. I think you should save your energy and put it somewhere else. That's just my opinion. That don't mean I'm mad, I'm judging you, or I hate you because you do it. Shit, I might slip up and do it every now and then. Right? Nobody's perfect. But just because we're not perfect, don't mean we can't point out problems. How can we fix problems in the community if we don't want to address what's really the problem? How? If you're just going to ignore and act like hip-hop has no influence on people at all, that's a problem. And you're never going to get better because you won't even, you're ignoring the elephant in the room. If hip-hop wasn't an influence, the Illuminati wouldn't use it against you. They'd use something else. They wouldn't blackball certain rappers that are trying to speak about shit that matters. Why is that? If it doesn't matter, why do they do this? Leave it at that, man. Y'all have a good day.